Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Will. Today on the lathe I have a nice piece of Irish Yew. It has a little crack in it, but I'm confident enough it will hold together. So I just drilled a hole in it with a Forstner bit just to make a flat surface. Drilled an 8mm hole, so I'm just mounting it now on a woodworm screw. Just locking it in now on the chuck. As you can see, I will be turning this piece live edge, hopefully, so it's nice and secure. So I'll be starting off with a 5/8 inch ball gouge. Current speed is at about 700 RPM. So just flattening off that bottom section now so as I can get a recess into it. I'm going to go for a recess on this piece. I'm just cutting up along the side a little bit there now at the minute. Yew is just a pleasure to cut. So as you can see, that crack opened up a little bit. I'm not going to bother filling it. I'm going to leave it a rustic piece. So now just marking out for my recess with my dividers. I'll be using the 2-inch jaws. So a little parting tool, just starting to form a recess. I'm just switching to the bigger one. Now a little skew, just putting in a little dovetail and a couple of little detail lines, because the recess will be staying, so I might as well decorate it a little bit. So as you can see, the bark is quite loose, so it has to come off. A couple of little branches were sticking out as well, so I just cut them off there with the pole saw. As you can see, I'm wearing a respirator because yew is quite toxic, and it's always best practice to wear a respirator. Good practice to wear a respirator while turning any wood, but especially with the likes of yew, it affects me anyway. So that's why I'm doing this voiceover on it. So just shaping up along the outside of the ball now. Again, that's the 5/8 inch ball gouge. So I'm just going to cut back the other direction, just so as I don't chip out the live edge. Nice and steady. Again, I'm still turning at about 700 RPM. So just taking those last couple of cuts down along the outside. That seems to have cleaned up quite nice. As you can see, that crack is getting more prominent. I did think about filling it, but I changed my mind. So just marking now for a foot. I will be leaving a little foot on this piece. So just working my way down to the foot. I'll be aiming for a slight little OG shape on the bottom. So now that's the shape I'm after. So I have a couple of little spots of raised grain there, so they're going to need a light scrape. So a little 1-inch scraper. Just sharpen at 45 degrees. Just up on its edge there now, just to get that. Do a little shear scrape all along on the outside, or the underside I should say. As you can see, those lovely little fine shavings coming off, so it's doing its job. So I still have a little bit there. So I'm just going to switch over now to a slightly bigger one. This is a scraper actually I made only a couple of weeks ago. So I did do a video on the making of that scraper. So it is a homemade scraper. So I'll leave a link in the description below if anyone's interested in having a look at it. So as you can see, it works really, really well. It's made from a piece of high-speed steel. So now that's the underside all finished. So ready for a little bit of sanding. So my usual method of sanding, right angle drill. I usually sand up to about 400 grit. So just doing those higher raised edges there while the piece is stationary. So now that's the underside all done. As I say, I sped up the sanding. Sanding can be quite boring. So we get the piece off now and get it flipped around, and we can concentrate on the inside of the bowl. So now back into the chuck. So I'm marking now for the rim of the bowl. As you can see, I will be leaving it quite thick because of that large crack or inclusion, whatever you want to call it. It'll help the piece stay together. So again, that's a 5/8 inch ball gouge. I'm starting to remove that material now in the middle. As you can see, the dust extractor hood there in front of me is always running. Plus I have an air scrubber overhead where I work as well. So it's the large jet one, and it's when I walk into the workshop, that's the first thing that comes on is the air scrubber. So always keep the dust to a minimum. Yew is such a pleasure to cut. It cuts really, really nice. I've turned a lot of pieces of yew in my time on it. It's every time it's just stunning wood. So you can see that crack now is after showing up on the inside. Thickness that I need. So guys, anyone that has stuck me this far, I've much appreciated. So hopefully you might hit that like and subscribe if you're not. And it's free, doesn't cost anything. And leave me a comment also and let me know what you think. Again, just getting the last little bit out of the bottom. Just remembering that I am on a recess, so I don't want to go too far. So there's that crack showed up again, so it's getting very prominent. So I think I'm nearly done now. So the old field test. So now just time for the last little rub, negative rake scraper. Just to take those couple of little marks out of the bottom. As you can see, it's just taking the lightest little shaving off. That's all it needs. And thumbs of approval, so it's ready for sanding. So again, I sand up to 400 grit. Just using a little arbor there, I just soften those edges just a little bit, just to take the sharpness off. Quick blow off and it's done. So time to get it out of the chuck now. So a nice rustic looking piece. I like the knot and the crack, even though it's a crack. Sometimes they're features. As you can see, it goes all the way through. So now, time for a finish. So as you can see, I'm going to use Chestnut Products lemon oil. It's a nice quick finish. Nice light penetrating oil. As you can see, it brings out the colour in that yew. It's absolutely spectacular. I've never ever turned a boring piece of yew. It always has so much character and grain and colour. That is stunning, absolutely stunning piece of wood. I have some large pieces I cored recently, so I'm looking forward to getting those turned as well. A couple of nice 14, 15 inch pieces. Now that's all the oil on. I'll I'll get another couple of coats on over the next couple of days. I'll stick a couple of stills of the finished piece up at the end there, so as you'll see. So a beautiful little live edge bowl. I think it's about 9.5 inches by about 3 inches on the highest side. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and again, if you do, don't forget you might consider tapping that like and subscribe, and leave me a comment as well. I'd love to hear what you all think. So I shall catch us all in the next one. So take care, bye for now.